All right, well, coming up later this weekend, you've got an opportunity to get back downtown and check out some live music. And one of the artists that you can check out is an artists group that's been around for a bit, and they're actually reuniting. They're reuniting, and it's the Junior Varsity. And joining us in studio is Nick Dodson. And Nick, you guys have been around for years, but it's been a few years since you guys have been on stage performing together. Tell us about the Junior Varsity and how you guys got back together.
Yeah, so the Junior Varsity was an emo rock band in the early 2000s. One would consider us a niche of emo rock specifically. We started in the early 2000s, played a lot of VFWs, DIY concerts, played over 600 concerts, sold 40,000 albums, signed to a record label called Victory Records out of Chicago. That would include bands like Hawthorne Heights, Taking Back Sunday, Hatebreed, A Day to Remember, Thursday, just some really cool, iconic bands that really had a really lot of neat influence and hit on the culture at that time. And we were really lucky to be able to be sold in Walmart, Hot Topic, Target, all the neat big stores, and get to see the country ultimately. We had 2 tours in Europe, one including Panic at the Disco was their very first European tour, so that was a really neat opportunity to see those folks right whenever they were getting off the ground. We did the Vans Warped Tour for 2 summers. We played the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction of the Warped Tour to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Ohio. Just some really neat opportunities. Music in the background of Road Rules, Real Roll World, and Next. We had video game music in the NCAA Baseball 2006, I think, and Amp Snowboarding 3, and SXX Tricky. It was really neat, just a multitude of really wild things and experiences, and very lucky to have been a part of it.
And yeah, it's something that I think you kind of laid out there, all of the different experiences that just being in a band playing music with your crew offered, right? I mean, being able to tour the world's one thing, but being able to be featured on video games, as music in the background, that's pretty awesome in itself too. So you mentioned, the type of music it is, kind of an emo-esque rock of sorts. What do you play? And talk about some of the other band members.
Yeah, so I play keyboard, saxophone, and vocals. I did all the band management and whatnot as well. We also have Asa Dodson as our lead singer and bass player, Andy Wildrick, our guitar player, Sergio Coronado, another guitar player, and Chris Birch on drums. We formed again in 2002, and we're really glad to. Actually, this will be our 20-year anniversary of forming.
Wow.
So just after high school, in 2002, we decided to start doing something wild, and it led to a lot of neat opportunities. So I encourage anybody that's thinking about doing something that gives a fire in their belly to just do it. Get your friends together and try and support one another and do something fun.
So when it comes to sparking that level of interest to spur a young person on to get involved in music, what do you think are some of the pitfalls that they may fall into? Because listen, there's a lot of people out there, including myself. I mean, I had a rock band years ago. We didn't get to the point where you're touring the world or getting featured in video games. But what are some of the pitfalls you've seen others kind of fall into that maybe some younger students of music, maybe some even parents of those encouraging their kids to get involved in this? I know there's a young breakout band here locally, Unchained, that's pretty popular, right? They're out playing a lot of different types of stages and whatnot. But what do you think are some of the tips that you would provide for people looking to get involved in this at a younger age to avoid?
So I would highly recommend folks don't buy into the mythology of paying your dues. I think that's absolutely mythology, that you have to play hundreds of shows first to be able to deserve to play at a certain place at a certain time, to deserve anything, because truly meritocracy is all pretend and it's just gatekeeping. So when folks tell you need to do this because you haven't done this enough, or you should play for free because you still got to deserve the respect and dignity, that's absolute a crock. Stand up for what's right for you. You're bringing art. What did we turn to during COVID's lockdown? We didn't turn to our math books and our science books. We turned to music. We turned to our art and our entertainment, the things that gave us comfort. So we got to see that there is a true intrinsic value in that art and hold people accountable to respect that as well.
Nick Dodson with us, the Junior Varsity. They're going to be performing, reuniting for the Downhome Music Festival, downtown Springfield. When exactly are you guys going to be doing that?
Yeah, that's this Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on 7th and Washington, downtown Springfield. It's going to be awesome. It's all ages. It's only $6. There's food trucks. There's over 100 beers, over 40 bands. It's going on Friday night and Saturday night. So if you get your Friday night pass for $6, come see us Saturday night with the same ticket. You don't have to pay again to get in. So it's a really awesome opportunity. We're really thankful to be invited by Josh Catalano and Downhome Festival. So just really would love to see anyone and everyone there.
If people are looking to hear your music before they go check it out, where can they find it?
Just go to thejuniorvarsityreunion.com or on Facebook, The Junior Varsity, or Instagram, The Junior Varsity.
Are you guys on some of the streaming services like Spotify
everything.
and whatnot?
There's Spotify, everything you name, Apple, everything, it's out there completely on every single streaming platform.
Now, not to get into your personal finances or anything, Nick, but do you get royalties from the video games at all?
Not a dollar.
What?
So check it out. The first,
come on.
So Amp Snowboarding 3, we got 10 copies of the game that we promptly sold on eBay.
Sure.
Yeah, the day, because none of us had a video gaming system, and that was like the only compensation. NCAA Baseball 2006, I'm sure our record label got a nice little chunk because it was an NCAA Baseball, EA Sports kind of thing. That, in fact, there's still a playlist on Spotify to this day with over 10,000 listeners of that. So it just blows my mind. No, long story short, there's no money in it.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Everybody but us gets paid.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
Tale oldest time, unfortunately. So.
Jeez. Well, at least, I mean, you got the experience, right? You got paid in the experience.
I can put a video game and hear my music, and that's a fun thing to say. It didn't pay my bills. It didn't pay my water, but
I had a great time.
I had a neat, right. The experience was tumultuous.
So what's your favorite part of the reunion? Is it seeing some old friends, getting back together? Is it like riding a bike?
Oh, yeah. I tell you, it's truly, in my opinion, the best part of it is the community and just getting to see all the people that, were a part of it originally, the folks that came out to the shows of the VFWs, the folks that, supported us from out the gate and came just to all the shows and truly came from fans to become friends, because it's such a neat niche group of individuals that just have a lot of love for each other. And the older I get, the more I value that true sense of a community like that. And I'm really excited to see everybody.
Nick Dodson, he is a multi-instrumentalist, part of the Junior Varsity reuniting for the Downhome Music Festival. They'll be performing Saturday, but the Downhome Music Festival is also Friday night, so make sure you get plans together and hit up downtown Springfield for that great lineup of music. How many bands are there?
I think it's over 40.
Jeez. Spread over both nights?
Yeah, both nights.
Wow. That's pretty awesome. So make that a part of your weekend, the Downhome Music Festival, and you can go check out the Junior Varsity. Nick, thanks so much for reminiscing and getting the band back together.
Absolute pleasure.
It is Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMA.